And then, like the gangster you are, you flew down to a tech conference to say it to their face.
Ain't afraid of no one.
Yeah. So here's what I want you to do, and if we have house lights, that'd be great. If you work now or have ever worked or one day aspire to work for Google, Facebook, or Amazon, please stand up, and we can get some house lights.
Do we have some folks? We have some. Yeah. There we go.
So yesterday, Senator, you called for a potential breakup of those three companies and some of the
Actually, I
others.
called for a breakup.
A breakup. I like it. And before that, you've called for things, and by the way, sorry, remain standing. I know this is a little tedious, but I want you to do it. This is important. Remain standing if you work or want to work or have worked at those companies. You've also called for things that would affect those companies.
While a drone comes around and takes their pictures.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Well, they made the
That's
drone,
right.
so it's out of their fault.
Information will all be put. Okay, good.
You've also called for accountable capitalism that would change the board structure of those companies and many others. You've called for restrictions on the ability of companies like that to lobby, which they... Looking at these people who work at these companies, can you explain to them why you want to break up the place they work?
Yeah, because it'll be a lot more fun to work there. Look, idea that we have companies now like Amazon, we'll use that as the example, that have a platform. Cool, right? I go and buy coffee maker on Amazon. People use it all the time. But Amazon does something besides provide the platform or the marketplace. They also suck out an incredible amount of information about every buyer and every seller, and then make the decision to go start a competing coffee making, selling outfit and drive out of business everybody else who was in that space. And let's just say drive out of business partly because they get this incredible advantage from having the information of the platform, and also because they have the incredible ability to manipulate the platform. That is, put themselves right at the top of page 1 and put that competitor back on page 16 where nobody ever goes. So my view on this is it's a little like baseball. You can be an umpire, a platform, or you can own teams. That's fine, but you can't be an umpire and own one of the teams that's in the game. So the principle here is break those apart, and you can work for the platform part, you can work for one of the teams, that's a lot of fun. But if you work for one of the teams, you compete like every other team in America, because the whole idea behind this is actually for the people in this room. It's for people who are tech entrepreneurs. It's for people who have small businesses and want to grow them into big businesses, who have medium-sized businesses and want to grow them, who are entrepreneurs and want to try that new idea. And it says we want to keep that marketplace competitive, not let a giant who has an incredible information advantage and a manipulative advantage be able to snuff you out. I'm deeply concerned right now that the space around companies like Amazon, Facebook, Google is now referred to by venture capitalists as the kill zone. Because if you try to step a small business into that, one of two things happens. It either gets bought up when it shows its worth, and before it can actually grow into something that's really strong and valuable, or it just gets wiped out.
That
and
sound
we're
actually,
watching, that was another one that
was
just
Jeff Bezos
dropped.
fainting, actually.
That's right.
Yeah.
But think about it. Venture capital in this area over the last half dozen years or so has dropped by about 20%. Because that opportunity to do what you do best, to come up with a great idea, to work your heart out to make it happen, to be able to compete on a level playing field is taken away by these platform giants. So my view is break those things apart and we will have a much more competitive, robust market in America. That's how capitalism...
Your favorite feminist icon, living or dead?
Frances Perkins. Oh, some of you don't even know.
The Perkins family.
Social Security, the first woman to serve in a cabinet office, and who stood up. Yeah. Yeah, right? No, you didn't know. Oh, geez. I thought I was getting a little reinforcement here in the front row. Not at all. Okay.
How many books do you read a year, roughly, and what time of day do you read?
I read Probably 2 a week.
Are you kidding?
I do a lot of books on tape. They're audible. It's now migrated. So they're in my ear. That's how I read your book. You sound good.
Thank you. Thank you. It was actually Morgan Freeman.
No, it wasn't. And besides, I can put people on 1 3/4 speed if they're. It's like, come on, get on with this. I also.
I'm not going to
by the way,
ask whether that.
Before
happens.
this sounds.
Mine.
Before this sounds so highfalutin, I should point out I read a lot of trash.
Trashiest thing you've recently read?
Right now, I'm reading the 5th in the series of Victor the Assassin.
Wow. So that'll shape your foreign policy.
That's right.
So you and I go drinking. What are you having?
Oh, beer. Michelob Ultra. The club soda of beers.
Right.
Come on,
Right.
people.
When they go low. Let's do that one, actually. When they go low, we go high or we hit harder?
We hit harder.
Donald Trump is a racist, yes or no?
Yes?
Are you a
that a
populist,
question?
yes or no?
Yes.
Best TV show you've ever binged, because I know you're a binger.
Oh, The Wire. Favorite character, Omar. Best lines, a man's gotta have a code.
Right.
Yeah.
I like
Am
that.
I right?
I like that. The law professor can appreciate that.
Yeah.
In your case, United States Code. AOC, overhyped or underhyped?
Right hyped.
Reparations, yes or no?
It's time to start the conversation. I mean, you got to see what it's going to look like. But we've got to confront the ugly history of slavery and open that conversation. Sweeping it under the rug is not going to make it any better. We've actually kind of tried that for 150 years, and it's not working.
Now, the opposite of that question. Your favorite luxury splurge? It's all right, we're in a safe space, sort of.
Favorite luxury splurge? I'm trying to think. Oh, good cream.
You should talk to Bernie about it. All-time favorite American president?
Teddy Roosevelt. Go TR. Come on, the Trust Buster. Am I going to have to keep doing this? The Trust Buster, right? And the environmentalist. We have a national park system because of Teddy Roosevelt. Go Teddy. Go Teddy.
Last one in the lightning round, and then I'm going to ask a question to send these folks off. Should marijuana be legal?
Yes.
There will now be marijuana coming through the aisles. She's a senator, that's how it works.
I've been trying to tell Mitch McConnell that for a long time. He says no.
Do you understand how much better Mitch McConnell would be with just a little bit of weed? Did you vote to impeach President Trump on a well-brought charge?
The Mueller report is allegedly going to come out any day now. It is.
I feel Mueller's like this guy who keeps taking you to a weekend away, and you think he's going to propose every weekend, and it's like, is this guy ever? He puts his hand in his pocket, and you think the ring is definitely in the pocket, and then there's no ring. There's no ring. That's just me.
That said, you should remember he has produced 34 indictments and guilty pleas already.